Hello, everybody. You're very welcome. Oh, my hair's sticking out. You're very welcome to our very first At the Bar with. So, hello to Michael Keenan, I think it is, and Janine. So, we're going to go live with the man with the big voice. That is Markis Feely. So, if you want to jump in, request us now. So, we're just waiting for Mark to request. Has he requested? Not as of yet. So, let's go to somebody else for the moment. And let's see. Let's go to Little Miss Woohoo. Let's see, Little Miss Woohoo. How are you? You there, Little Miss Woohoo? Let's see what part of the world that you are at the moment. What are you?
From Manchester.
Okay, and what are you doing? Just absolutely nothing.
I've just got out of the bath.
Okay, you're fully clothed though. All good.
I'm fully clothed, yeah.
Okay, well that's good. Well, listen, everyone has to have a bath, don't they, every now and again? So how are you coping, by the way, with all this craziness?
I'm just about coping. I'm self-isolating with two boys. My husband still has to work, so.
How old are your boys?
6 and 12.
Right, so how do you keep those busy?
I'm winging it, not gonna lie.
Aren't we all? So are you a big Westside fan? Have you been to see us before?
Yeah, huge West Side fan. Saw you back in the day when you was West Side. That's when I first met you. When I went to see Boyzone, you were supporting them.
So when we supported Boyzone back in 1998, you're one of those Boyzone fans that then started to like us, I guess.
Yeah.
Happy days. And the rest is rock and roll history, as they say.
It totally is, yeah. You're amazing.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So are you looking forward to the new tour? Have you tickets to the new show, or?
No, we didn't manage to get any tickets, unfortunately, so we'll not be seeing you this year. Then again, will anybody be seeing you this year?
Well, that is the $1 million question, isn't it? So at the moment, everything still is on, but that could change daily, you know. Yeah. So at the moment, it's still on. We haven't heard, so you never know. But look, if it does get cancelled and that, we will do the gigs eventually. So that's the positive part, you know. So, but listen, I'm going to go, Little Miss Woohoo, because I've got Mark waiting, I hope. So it's good to talk to you.
Okay, thank you. See you soon.
Bye. Right, let's see how we can do this. So my producer, Jay, is not with me at the moment. He's so if you want to jump on, by the way, you got to request it. So you got to log off, and then when you log on, the request button will come up. And at the moment, I'm scrolling to see where Mark Feely is, the man with the big voice, as they say, because if he lets me down, there will be trouble. There might never be a gig again if he lets me down. That is it. Now I know Shane Foylan is jumping on, and I know here he is, the man himself. Ladies and gentlemen, my first international superstar ever at the bar with is Mr. Waiting for Markis Mullen.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fantastic, Nicky. I'm sitting halfway down my staircase on the landing because the lighting's really good around here. So thought I would,
yeah, my lighting is a bit orange because I've got my this bar is Nucleus Bar, named after my dad. So it's kind of.
I like.
But we'll go with that. But listen, look. You're on the floor. Wait there. Good start.
Nicky, you're lucky you didn't have a skirt on.
Oh, the next one I will. Right, hang on, right there. I want to get this. Have you got a glass? Have you got a glass there, Mark? Because what I decided to do, since we're doing this for the first time, I found the biggest bottle of rosé that I could find in the bar, right? So I'm gonna pour myself a little glass. I hope you don't mind.
Absolutely, I like that glass.
Thank you. And what I was going, because you're not here, but I didn't want you to ever say enough for your glass. I got you a small glass.
Hang on a minute, Nico.
Yes.
Don't be doing that. Give me the glass of wine you just poured for yourself, and you can have the small one.
Okay. Well,
hand it through the camera. Hand it through the camera. Go on.
It's gone. It's gone through. Have you got it?
Oh.
Oh, the magic of modern technology.
And that is the glass. And somehow it turned into Sauvignon Blanc. Yes, because we actually got given these before as a band.
We did indeed. We got a good present from it was from the McManus family actually.
So
now
here's everybody.
We've 2,000 people looking at us now, Mark.
Okay.
I want to enjoy this first ever Insta live virtual glass of wine with you. So push that to the camera, give us a cheers.
Boom. Oh, hang on, look at that.
That's lovely. Now,
Nice wine.
I've loads to ask you. What I want to cut to the more serious stuff first. I want to ask you, how are you getting on in this world of craziness at the moment?
I mean, it's just obviously so random for everybody. Like me personally, I always sort of glass totally full. But you know, I'd be kind of quite optimistic, and I kind of feel like I'm much kind of luckier than a lot of people out there. There's a lot of people that have been affected by this way worse than I have. Myself, Kaylin and Layla are, you know, kind of locked up in the house most of the time unless we really have to leave. And I'm kind of actually enjoying that element of it. I'd much prefer if we weren't in this situation, but I'm sort of just making the most of this. I think what I've realized is that, and everyone does it, you know, we're all just so caught up in, you know, booking the holiday or getting something done or, you know, doing up that room in the house. And we've been forced to just come away from all of that. And all we've been doing is sitting around talking, cooking, eating, sitting outside in the garden and stuff like that, you know, which is actually how people used to live years ago. And so it's, I don't know, look, what I'm saying is I'm trying to learn something from it. But, you know, it's, I think as people, we all try and make each other laugh, and we try and sort of see the funny side of it. And so that's why everyone on social media, I mean, I've never got so many joke, you know, photos and memes and all that kind of stuff in my life. And because that's what we do, you know, if we're in a situation that isn't great, everyone sort of tries to get each other through it. But of course, you know, I was having a bit of fun on Twitter just the last couple of days with this sort of Westlife dance thing. You told me earlier you've seen it, and, you know, it's all good and well, but then I actually do think, you know, well, it's all great having fun, but there's a lot of people out there that aren't in a fun situation as well. And so I feel lucky to be able to just sit at home with my family and, you know, be okay, because this is affecting a lot of other people a lot more and a lot worse. So,
you know, what do you think you've learned most about yourself in the last 10 days since you've had this kind of lockdown, semi-lockdown? What have you learned most?
What have I learned most?
Like, have you learned more how to cook more? Have you learned to I'll tell you what I've learned. And I don't know if it's the same for everything. It's things like if you do a weekly shop, you might not always get through it. Like, as in, you might not actually get to cook that chicken breast that's in the fridge. But now it's like, you know what? You're rationing.
Oh yeah,
out.
absolutely.
So
yeah, I mean,
sure you what you bought.
I'm trying to go to the shops as little as possible. I mean,
yeah.
So therefore, I kind of, you know, once again, it reminds me of when I was young, when my mum or my granny or whoever, you go and you do enough shopping for, you know, a couple of weeks sometimes, and then it's all rationed out, and you can't just have whatever you want whenever you want and everything. But you know, I suppose I have learned something about myself, which, as I say, is probably quite universal. Is I'm just always like, I wake up in the morning like, right, what can I do? You know, like I never kind of go, why don't we just sit around the house this week and just do nothing, you know? Not do nothing, but just, you know, live, just talk to each other, watch a bit of TV, cook some food. I'm always kind of going, where can I go? What can I do? And I think that's something that when I first joined Westlife, I was very much stay at home and kind of very laid back. And then Westlife almost forced me to engage and embrace traveling around and being very busy all the time and everything. And I didn't like it at first, but then I got used to it and I kind of got the bug. And so now I'm very like, I was saying to Kaylin earlier, always putting stuff in front of myself, you know, challenges and, you know, things to do. And I've actually really enjoyed a certain element of the last couple of weeks of just being at home and cooking and the simple things in life, you know. So, you know, once again, I'm not, as I say, I sometimes have to be wary to not sound like this is a great crack altogether, because it isn't. But that's one of the positives that I've gained from it, you know.
How close did you come to running out of toilet roll?
0. 0. I haven't even thought about toilet roll, to be honest with you. What about yourself?
So that wasn't a genuine scare for you. You didn't go buying all the toilet roll in Sligo. or did Shane already
No,
get there?
I bought all the wine in Sligo, but I don't know. Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't kind of get that. I mean, I don't know. I think that was like there's a lot more things that people need than like, I don't know. I understand why everybody freaked out, you know. I think, like, I'm sure you got this as well. Like, there's parts of this that I feel like I'm in a movie or some kind of TV drama. Like this evening, I actually had to go into town to get some stuff in the supermarket, and you know, there was this message on repeat in one of the ones, and it was like a message that you would see in a movie. You know, it was like a repeated message talking about how we all have to exercise social distancing, and you know, it was something sort of like, you know, that you would see in some sci-fi thing or whatever. And that is really strange because it's really real. You know, this is actually really happening. So
when this is all over, Mark, when it's all done and we're free to live our lives, hopefully that's very soon, what's the first place you want to visit, or what's the first thing you want to do?
Honestly, right now I want to go straight to my parents' house and just give them a big hug. Like, you know, we have been exercising everything we should be exercising. Well, maybe not myself, but you know, the social distancing thing is really important, and you know, everybody is really extra cautious about parents in a certain age, kind of demographic and everything. And it's so weird, like, to be just over the road from my parents and to not kind of be able to just call around to them. It's another thing I've learned, I suppose, from this, is just how precious, you know, family is, and how precious my parents are, and how, you know, it's weird because we go away on tour sometimes for 2 or 3 weeks and I wouldn't think twice about it, but being away from them for 2 or 3 weeks when I'm just down the road is really strange, you know. How's your mum? Good?
By the way, just real quickly, your connection is kind of blurry. A few people have picked up on that, and I'm okay with that because I know how beautiful you are anyway. But a lot of people want to see how beautiful you are in reality. So I don't know if you can work on that, or can that be fixed in your part of the house?
Well, you see, the internet down here in the west of Ireland maybe is not as strong as in Dublin, you know. That could be it. So can you hear me at all?
Walked into that one.
Can you hear me at all?
Right, Mark. Tell me this: have you got a signature drink in better times when you're out with your mates or your family or Caden or whatever? What's the signature drink that you go to?
Well, it used to be for years and years vodka Diet Coke, but I don't really drink Diet Coke anymore. I think, to be honest with you, since I've met Caelan, like, Caelan will have a pint of beer, then he'll have like a cocktail, then he'll have like, he kind of moves around from drinks. I used to always just stay on the one drink, so I started drinking.
Here. We've got it all here. If he wants to come down, we've got honestly, we've got the taps, everything's going on here. We're good to go.
I've had a few drinks in there myself in that bar, Nicky.
It's locked down.
You're locked in lockdown.
Yeah, no, not yet.
But yeah. So sorry if the connection isn't good. Can you hear me okay? Can you see me okay? Is it better now?
The sound is absolutely spot on. It's just you're right there now. You're perfect. Right there. Don't move.
Okay, so I'll just stop moving the phone.
Hold your phone like that. So yeah. So after all this over, so you want to go to, obviously, to your parents. How do you think? A lot of people asking me on socials, I'm sure you're getting it as well, about our up and coming tour, which I keep saying it's on until it's off, but we just don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I was just thinking before I even get into the next tour, I was thinking about how lucky and fortunate we were to, you know, to get the first reunion tour over and done before this happened. But the next tour, we're all obviously so excited to get back on the road and everything. But the reality is it's kind of out of our hands, which is sort of good for us because we don't have to worry or feel guilty about whether it does or does not go ahead. Because the promoters and the agents and management will make the decision for us. I suppose, you know, so you know, it's kind of we're waiting, just like the fans are, to see what happens with it. And thankfully, it's not just Westlife; it's every artist out there that's going on tour, and it's everything. it's all the restaurants, all the people that work, everybody's in the same boat. So I've no doubt that everybody understands the situation that we're in, you know.
Somebody has also asked, can you take a drink of your wine now because you haven't had a chance to?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yes.
By the way, someone says hi from South Wales. Now, in all the time, how old are you now? You're 40 this year.
I'm actually the youngest in the band, Nicky. I'm the baby of the group.
Yeah, but you're still 40 this year. What would you do? What's the plans? If this is all clear by May, what's the plans?
I hadn't really planned a whole lot. I don't like kind of organizing big events because, you know, the bigger the event and the more organization that goes into it, I think you just can't enjoy yourself, you know? So,
yeah.
You know, like I enjoyed, say, the Croke Park after party, for instance. I enjoyed it. Probably enjoyed it too much.
Yeah.
But it was fun. But, you know, at the same time, I'm much more sit around with my nearest and dearest. And that to me is much better than, say, a big massive party. So I think 40 is certainly a massive milestone. But I have to say, I'm actually really looking forward to being 40. You know, when I was 20, I wouldn't have said that. But I'm actually in a good place, you know. I'm much kind of more grounded and all that, you know. I've said this. This is like the same as that message that's on the screens before we come up for the medley for is it Uptown Girl? No, I Have a Dream on the last tour.
I should have just played that. I didn't need to talk to you at all. I should have just played that straight away. Tell me this, Mark. Music for you at the moment. What are you listening to? I would have always said, out of all of us, you and Keane would probably be most into listening to, let's say, what's new, what's coming out. That's not being disrespectful to myself and Shane. But I certainly would put you even further ahead of Keane there in terms of what's current. So what are you listening to in these terrible, drastic, horrible times?
Honestly, I always go back to my kind of collection of music that I have, unless an artist is really exciting me. Like I just listened to Nina Simone and Sam Cooke. Actually, Layla's my lovely little 6-month-old daughter. She's nearly 6 months old now. She's kind of quite controlling of my music taste because I play music to her to soothe her and calm her down. And she was born in America, and she was born in California, and I happened to. So my mum and Kane's mum came over, and I was meeting them at the airport, and I was like, right, I got to get some proper American California music on the go in the Jeep for the two mums that are coming over from Ireland. So I downloaded the Beach Boys greatest hits to play for them in the car as we, drove in California. And that happened to be the first. So after Layla was born and she was crying, the Beach Boys was like the most recent thing on my phone. And so I put that on, and immediately, like magic, she just stopped crying. And to this day, I could put on any artist in the world, but the Beach Boys is the only one that kind of completely chills her out. So I've been listening to the Beach Boys, Nina Simone, and Sam Cooke because they all seem to calm Layla down, basically. Apart from that, I mean, I listen to music in the car. I love radio shows, like your own one. And I haven't been driving that much in the last couple of weeks, obviously, so I haven't really been listening to new music. I mean, I like Billie Eilish. There's a song on one of the adverts at the moment. I downloaded it the other day. I'll see if I can find it in a second. I like kind of, at the minute, it's more like, oh, I like that song, I like this song. It's not really as much an artist as such. What about yourself? You're definitely tapped into the new music with the radio and all that.
Yeah, no, I did, but I find myself a bit like you, kind of when I put on Spotify, I'll go back to things that I know I like. I'm not really the type of person to want is probably the wrong word, but tend not to try to discover. And then all of a sudden, if something falls on my lap and I do, I'm like, oh, wow, this is amazing. I mean, I always like Dermot Kennedy's a good example because Georgina, my wife, not to you, but for people who don't know, she loves Dermot Kennedy and has done for probably 2 years.
Yeah.
And like he's one of the biggest stars in the world, and it's like she would have been playing that over and over again, the house and the car, etc.
Yeah.
And would have
Well,
got
actually,
all into it.
my one of my best friends was talking and going on and on about Dermot Kennedy for quite a few years, I think. You know, you got to listen to this guy, check him out, or whatever. This is like, Dermot Kennedy's been around quite a while, hasn't he, before he kind of hit it big?
Yeah, I think he used to do like the pub scene and the local scene around the country here in Dublin, etc., and all that, and kind of took it on from there.
Yeah, but he's great. I mean, he genuinely is really great. Yeah, like the thing is, like, as much as, you know, we might sound old when we say this, but, you know, all the music sounds the same and everything like that today, and you can't tell who's singing what song. But then you've got Adele, you've got Sam Smith, you've got Dermot Kennedy. I love Lyra. Do you know Lyra, the Irish singer, female singer? She is
She's
amazing, and I've heard she's going to make some new music, so I'm very excited about that. There's loads of good music out there. You just have to look a little bit harder for it, I find. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark, you know what? Your internet, your connection, people are asking, do you just not pay your bill for the Wi-Fi, or what's going on with the...
Is it really that bad?
You just blurred. But the sound is perfect.
Just give me a second. Let me see if I can do something, okay?
Okay.
Should I call you back?
Well, it's not really calling. What I'll do is I'll end this, and then we'll do it again.
Yeah.
So request me again. Right, we're ending this.
Okay.
Straight back.
End me.